What's up? 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 What is up, y'all, and welcome back to Layers Corner. Listen, it is Tuesday. I know it's been a week, and I'm telling y'all, I'm not just taking these breaks just for the sake of taking them. Sometimes I have to be still and really listen because my main goal of doing these Thoughtful Tuesday is not just to give you some good words so they can sound good to your ear. I want to give you some real truth. I want to give you something that I've been through myself, a real lesson or just even a revelation from God. So if I'm taking a break, y'all, don't think it's, me being inconsistent. It's really me just listening and obeying and moving with God for this, because my whole goal with these Thoughtful Tuesday videos is that someone has some revelation about themselves, or someone is reminded you're not alone, or if you need a confirmation, maybe what I went through or maybe what I'm overcoming is the confirmation that hits home for just somebody. So that is my whole goal for all of these Thoughtful Tuesday videos. But on this week, y'all, I want to talk about something that has me feeling a little fidgety and a little nervous, because it's causing me to be a little bit more vulnerable on camera than I really want to be. I don't mind being vulnerable with my friends or with people in a one-on-one setting. But something like this, I know it's necessary because I know, again, it'll help somebody overcome. So for so long for me, I struggle with feeling good enough. I struggle with adequacy, I should say. More so because it wasn't like I just woke up and said, I don't want to love myself today. That was not the case. I've always been kind of bubbly and quirky and awkward, but I was teased a lot for my complexion. As you can see, I'm a beautiful chocolate woman. But I was teased a lot for my complexion, and I was teased for the size of my lips. And I had a lisp growing up, and I still kind of have it. I took a lot of speech therapy, and I find it interesting that I struggled with speaking, and now look at me speaking. Look at God coming through. But I'm saying all of that to say I struggle with my complexion and just how I looked and just feeling good enough because of so much rejection, not just from people, but with opportunities, misunderstanding of who I am. And I kept asking God, like, well, what is wrong with me? And then I would find myself asking God, why is it that someone has such a strong desire to be in what may be considered beauty industry, specifically fashion, but I struggle with inadequacy? And if I can be honest with you, I never really got an answer to it. But what I can say, that one question put me on a path of discovering more of why he created me and more of who I am and more of who I am in him specifically. And he showed me. Like I started feeling this desire to just dress different, cutting my hair. I stopped wearing weave because I wanted to look at my face. I didn't want to hide my face. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my weave. As you can see, I got my little braids. But before, I was wearing weave to hide. Now I wear it because I like it. I like wearing my natural hair. I like wearing braids. I like wearing a good wig every now and then. Back on subject, back on topic. I started dressing different. And then he kind of held up a mirror to me one day. Me and God kind of talking visuals. I'm a creative person. He held up a mirror one day, and I saw all of these cracks in these mirrors. And the cracks represented every negative thing that was said to me by, unfortunately, some loved ones, some people, familiar relationships and old friendships. These things were said. And I saw this hand take a cloth and wipe away the cracks on the mirrors. And in that moment, I realized how we normally see ourselves is not how God sees us. And I started crying. Like I said, I'm a crybaby. I started crying because I was like, this whole time I've had an inaccurate visual towards myself when God, I didn't realize that it was an attack on my esteem. The enemy just wanted to confuse me. He wanted to steal my hope, kill my hope. He wanted to destroy my esteem. He wanted me to miss why you created me and how you created me. God, when he wiped away the cracks, I realized that a lot of times we place a lot of weight on external voices. Granted, I know we're human. I know we love our family. I know we love our close friends. But sometimes we have to discern the voice that is speaking to our identity, because we'll get caught up in this warping of visual presentation. We'll get caught up in how we feel about ourselves, or how we think we should feel about ourselves because of what somebody close to us said. And I understand, we have people in our life who can see our blind spots. That's not what I'm referring to. But specifically to the people who don't necessarily give constructive criticism and they only point out flaws, those aren't the people you need to listen to. So I want to propose this question to you, and you can share it in the comments if you're willing, or you can just reflect on it and write about it in your own personal time. What word curses skewed your vision? What happened in your life that made you look at yourself completely different than what God showed you? Have you really taken the time to be raw and vulnerable with God to say, this is actually how I feel? And I know you see me a certain way, but God, these things were said and I don't always feel this way, this confident way with what you're showing me. I don't always feel like that confident person you show me. Like, have you been that raw with God? I know sometimes it can be scary to do it with people, but I promise y'all, when you do it with God, honey, he be there for them tears. He be right there ready to catch you and let you cry and correct your visual and correct your image and correct your perspective. But my question to you this week is, do you have an accurate visual of yourself? I think I've asked like 4 or 5 questions. I'm okay with that. But do you have an accurate visual of yourself? I know for me, it was something I struggled with for so long. And recently, he showed me the truth about myself. And when I tell y'all the love I have towards little Leia, I've been praying for this. Oh, child, I told y'all in the introductory video when I started this, I'd be crying. Whew. Child, I've been praying for this moment. Oh, man. And how this topic came up, you guys, I was on a fast for a week. I just needed some clarity. A lot of opportunities were coming. A lot of things were happening at once, and I had to slow down. And literally, the day I came off of my fast was the day I was attacked in the area of esteem. And for the first time, I recognized that it was an attack because it triggered emotions of rejection and abandonment issues and not feeling good enough and not feeling worthy. And I was like, hold up. We don't put in too much work to be going backwards. What's happening? Like, what, God, what are you stirring up? What are you trying to purge out of me? And he showed me, literally, he showed me an accurate visual of myself and how the circumstances that were taking place the day that I felt attacked with my esteem, not by a person, but just a circumstance triggered those emotions. He showed me an accurate visual and I was like, okay, speak life. Don't believe the negativity. Don't believe the word curses. Don't lean to your own understanding, first of all. So on this Tuesday, y'all, see yourself how God sees you, because I promise you, that visual is so beautiful. It is beyond beautiful. The moment you see it and accept it, it hits different. Everything look different. People look different. Your relationships change. How you see yourself, more importantly, changes. And you just kind of learn to be kind to yourself. and I can say I'm there. So I hope this inspires somebody. I know I felt like all over the place. I did write something down, but I just felt the need to flow so you can hear my heart and hear the truth of this Thoughtful Tuesday. But I love you. Like it if it resonated, comment if you have something to share. And if you're new here, subscribe. It's a journey of a lot of thoughts, lessons, blessings, and I be creating stuff, But with that being said, happy Tuesday. Enjoy your week. Hopefully this was a little pick me up. But until next time, I'll see you.